Does social media turn you into a comparison monster? Let's talk about that. How often do you come across a social media post that gets you comparing and competing with the woman who posted it? Maybe you're scrolling through Instagram and all of a sudden you see somebody's post about how beautiful their house looks, or how nicely this woman is dressed, or how much money she appears to be making. And it starts to get you feeling defensive. So then you start to justify your defensiveness by saying, oh, I bet her house doesn't always look like that. Or maybe she's, probably making all that money by charging people lots of money to and spending it on all kinds of stuff she shouldn't be spending it on. Or maybe she's really a slob and she just gets dressed up for Instagram to make everybody else feel bad. And then you start to scroll through the comments and you find that one comment that kind of like fits with the defensiveness you're feeling. And so you decide to comment too. And then before you know it, the whole thing blows up and everybody's in there tearing this poor woman apart, all for no reason. So what if we approach this from a different direction? What if the next time you came across one of those posts, you just smiled and moved on? Or you took a moment to look at the post and think, what can I learn from this? What can I take away? What lessons can I take away that will improve my life? Right? Maybe you like the way this woman is dressed, and so you just say, oh, maybe I can find a blouse like that because I really like that. But if there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's that when you raise somebody else up, it does not do anything to lower you. Okay? So by praising some other woman, it doesn't have a negative effect on you. We can all work on raising each other up and be all up here instead of thinking that by raising this woman up, all of a sudden I'm falling all the way down here. It doesn't work like that. And I hope that you can realize that. So why do we do this to ourselves? Mainly the biggest thing is because we have a very low self-worth and a low self-image of ourselves. So we don't think highly about maybe some aspect of our life. Maybe we just hate the way our house looks. And so anytime we see somebody else's beautiful house on Instagram or Facebook, we just feel so bad about our own house. What we need to do is fix that, because like I said before, just because somebody else has a nice house doesn't have any impact on you or your worth or your self-image or anything like that. So what can we do to really improve this comparison and competition mode we might fall into? The first thing, like I said before, was you need to work on your self-worth. You need to dig deep and figure out why you have such a low self-worth and why you might think so poorly about yourself. If you need help with that, I'm happy to help you. The next thing you need to do is realize that by building somebody up doesn't mean that you are lowered in any way whatsoever. And really take that to heart. The third thing you can do, and I think one of the most important ones, is find a dream that you have on your heart and pursue it. Because if you're so busy pursuing something that you're just really excited about, you're not going to be worried about anybody else. A lot of times when we focus on what other people are doing and start to feel bad about that, it's because we're not doing what we want to be doing in our own lives. So if you can find that dream and really go after it, you're going to be too busy to be worried about other people. And the fourth thing is steep yourself in gratitude. A person who is full of gratitude is less likely to be worried about what somebody else has and what you don't have. Be grateful for the things you do have and focus on those. And then my fifth and final suggestion is, until you can master those other four things, get off social media. If that's a big pitfall for you, either unfollow all those women that make you feel that monster coming on, or delete it altogether until you can get back on track. So your action step for this week is to, when you find yourself that comparison monster coming up and getting a hold of you, I want you to look at the person that's causing that in you. Look at them if you know them in person, in real life, or find somebody in real life that tends to make you feel that comparison and competition, and find something good about them that you can learn from, and then compliment them in your head. You don't have to compliment them in person, but you could if you want to. But say something nice about them in your head. Hey, I just really appreciate the way she is so good to her kids. And then move on. And so every time you're finding yourself feeling that comparison and competition, find something nice to say about that person, find something that you can learn from that person. And that is what I'd like you to focus on for this week. Now, for your script, you can say to yourself, I find the good in every woman. And if you keep telling yourself that, what is your brain going to do? It's going to start to find the good in every woman, because what we focus on expands. If we're looking for the negative, or if we're looking for something to pick on or be competing about with someone, we're going to find it. It's going to be pretty easy. But if you're focused on the good, that's what you're going to find, and it's going to make you feel so much better. If you'd like help with your self-worth or finding and pursuing the dream of the season, then I would love to walk that journey with you. My contact information is below, along with my Instagram. And before you go, I'd love it if you like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again next week. God bless.